Welcome back to Harmless Headcanons, and today I'm going to tell you guys how I have John Jones working in my DC Cinematic Universe. Fans of Martian Manhunter, I apologize because this guy never makes it to the Justice League in my universe. Instead, I have him as a founding member of the Justice Society. In my DC universe, yes, he's still from Mars, but he's one of the last remaining Martians. Alone and with nowhere to go, he flew to the only other planet in his solar system with sentient life, Earth. But when he arrived, it was the Civil War. Seeing that this world was on a similar path to the one that just destroyed his, Martian Manhunter could not stand by. But afraid to expose his identity as a Martian, he instead invented an identity for Earth. And that identity is Bloodwind. Bloodwind in DC Comics, he just kind of popped in, was there for a couple issues. His whole deal is that he's like a necromancer, but then he can also like fly and has a bunch of other powers, and supposedly it's all powered by this blood voodoo gem in his chest right here. So instead, that's the lie that Martian Manhunter made up because he's afraid of xenophobia. In the comics, Martian Manhunter actually is disguised as this guy for a decently long amount of time, and so that's why I'm taking this identity. And eventually, during World War II, he signs up to join the United States military, but he shows them that he has superpowers, and he is assigned to their superpowered squadron. The squadron is Task Force X, and while Task Force X would remain in the military and eventually become Squad, for the people who joined during World War II, that group who meets then forms the Justice Society. And eventually in my Justice Society movie, I have him come clean to the rest of the members of the Justice Society that he is not a multi-generational voodoo necromancer. He is an alien. And eventually he finds a woman he grows quite fond of. They get married, and they have a half-Martian child together. And that child is Magan, Ms. Martian. And I'm not done there. Eventually, Magan finds a man that she is quite fond of, and they have a child, now a quarter Martian. This child is still born with the telltale green skin, but he's not great at shapeshifting. In fact, he can kind of only turn into animals. And that's goddamn right, everybody. Garfield Logan. No more green monkey disease, DC. Instead, he's just a Martian. He's a quarter Martian. Animals, fair game. Everything else, no.